5 tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Jessica Porter. We'll get to that story in just a moment. But first, breaking news tonight. A Saudi man, Hamadan al-Turki, convicted for holding a housekeeper captive and sexually assaulting her over 4 years, is now set to be deported by federal immigration officials.
An exclusive story you will only see here on Denver 7. Our chief investigative reporter, Tony Kovaleski, uncovering the legal complications leading to this removal. Tony is in the studio tonight.
And Tony, attorneys say that this stems from what they call a complicated and concerning legal decision.
Yeah, Jessica, Shannon, good evening. This story developed quickly today. It's gaining national and international attention. Let's take you inside of it and answer your question. Basically, we got instructions, the jury got instructions that opened the door for the possibility of a new trial. There were questions about those instructions, and now, nearly 20 years later, ultimately the 18th Judicial District found a solution that prevents a trial and sends a really bad guy back to his home country.
Absolutely accurate to call it a controversial case and a very, very tough decision.
Deputy DA Ryan Brackley was closely involved with the decision that has this man now out of a Colorado prison and on his way back to his home country of Saudi Arabia.
His crimes were egregious. They were horrible. He essentially kept a young woman hostage in his house and sexually molested her.
A jury convicted now 56-year-old Hamadan al-Turki back in 2006, convicted of holding his housekeeper captive, convicted of repeatedly molesting her over a 4-year period. He was sentenced to 6 years to life in prison.
What's the ultimate takeaway with the justice here?
The ultimate takeaway is that Mr. al-Turki was held accountable.
What do you say to sources who called us who are not happy with this decision?
You know, there are always folks in our community who are not happy with decisions one way or another. It was a tough decision. It was one that we had to balance all of the interests, first and foremost, public safety. We know today that Mr. al-Turki is a sex offender and he has been removed from our country after due process, after serving a 19-year sentence.
Al-Turki was first parole eligible back in 2011. Sources confirm his time in a Colorado prison continued because he refused to participate in the Department of Corrections' mandatory sex offender treatment program.
From what you understand now, will Mr. al-Turki ever be allowed back in this country?
No. No, it's my understanding that Mr. al-Turki will never be back in this country. As a convicted sex offender living in Saudi Arabia, is our understanding he will not be back. And that is in the best interest of public safety.
We have more information for you now. Also, investigators telling us stale evidence and some new unusable or now unusable evidence are a significant part of the justification for steering away from a new trial and now sending al-Turki back to Saudi Arabia. Al-Turki was also investigated while in prison in connection to the brutal 2013 murder of Colorado Department of Corrections Executive Director Tom Clements. At the time, investigators believed a violent prison gang was involved in Clements' assassination. Al-Turki has all along denied any connection to that killing. Live in the studio, I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski.
Tony, thank you. And we're continuing to follow this developing story on air and online. Just look for the story on Denver7.com.